Hey guys, I'm here for a book review, guys. I have been in NaNoWriMo world, so I haven't reviewed anything on this channel all month, but it's nonfiction November, so I had to get one in, and I got The Diary of a Fatherless Immigrant Child by Alicia Arulu. And this is a woman that I met back in June at BookCon, and if you saw the video, you saw how bubbly she was. Her personality was just amazing, and I wanted to get this book as soon as she was talking about it. So this is the story of where it says diary. It read like a diary, guys. It is all over the place because she is captured significant moments in her life, and it started with a train accident with her father, a father amongst other people in a community in Manchester were in a van, and they collided with a train, and everyone in the van died. And she was a very young girl at the time, very confused. She loved her father and she wanted an answer. Also, she did not realize who else may have been killed, but once she realized that her life was going to be different, she was just this lost child, seeing her mother trying to cope. Things are happening to her siblings and her connection to her grandmother during this time. One of the things about this book that I find very interesting and I absolutely enjoyed was the photos that she was able to save. These were actual newspaper clippings, and in this you will see that she has pictures of the train, the bus, the van that was carrying, and the amount of victim. I believe it's, it has it tells you how much people passed, and all these lives that it affected. One of the things that I liked about this book is in the early parts where it discussed the how the government promised them all these things and they never got it, and she actually have actual documentation of what the government claimed that they were going to do to help these family that had lost, sometimes both parents were lost. In her case it was just her father, but he was the sole breadwinner in the family, and how these people are now having to, especially her mother, take care of her and her siblings with nothing. It also put her on this journey of getting to this hustling mentality. She was all about business, how she can survive, and I think that made her realize what some of the things that she had to do to survive. And she was on this business venture all the time up until she's now, I guess, if you could put it that way. So she's had several careers in her life, but she talks about moving to Kingston and being from Manchester country, and country is very quiet, much more subdued. There's not a lot of violence, and then you go to Kingston and all hell break loose. You're dealing with people with guns. You having to learn to run. You don't know you're supposed to do this, not do this, and feeling so connected to her faith, because she felt in certain cases her faith is what made her survive. It also talks about Gilbert. Now, guys, I was a young child when Gilbert was happened, and I remember I had a good time. I didn't realize as a child how terrifying it was for adults, and how terrifying for some people who didn't have it good. In her case, and what happened to her there, it really put me back a little bit when I'm like, wow, yeah, some people really had it bad. And in her case, she talked about it. She talked about the immigration process and the price she had to pay, and how she ended up in the news twice for things that almost had her in a grave. She could have really died. I don't want to go into details as a spoiler, but you just have to hear about what happened to this woman. Oh my God, it was just like, I literally was just like, she is one lucky woman. And also, her towards the end, there's a lot of religious quotes. There's a lot of scriptures that she put in there, because these are the things that helped her survive many things and many heartaches, and how she found the connection in it. The only thing that I had an issue with mostly is because she taught a lot about religion, Jamaica, Canada, briefly, but we got the connection here, U.S., but not so much Nigeria, where her husband is from. That's where the connection in Nigeria is. She gave him a shout out towards the end of the book, but there was just nothing. I wanted to know how they met. This book was so much tragedy and so much things that was so like heartbreaking, that I wanted the juicy stuff as far as the happy stuff. And this was, to me, this husband was the happy stuff. And I wish she would have like put a little bit of the happy stuff in there, because I don't know, in a lot of these books that are nonfiction, you know, I think they think readers just only care about the how they survive the rough things. Sometimes we want to know how you got to the good stuff, and this was a good stuff that I felt like she should have added in the book. It's just me personally. I would just love to know how, you know, she got a good man towards the end. You know, after all the trash, she got a good man. I would have loved to know that part. But it's a short read. One of particular clipping that I wanted you guys to know is when there's a newspaper clipping, and it had Marcus Garvey's wife. And this is when she died in 1977, and there's a clipping of it. And I thought that was interesting because I don't know much about his wife, and I thought that was interesting. She had that she kept that newspaper clipping in here, and there's some other things that was going on during that time that was on here that I thought was interesting. I also did download the e-copy because I wanted to I just wanted to see some of this better, because I found that the print wasn't as clear. E-copy, you know, you can just widen it, and I was able to read some of it. But I love that she did this. I'm so loving the newspaper clippings in here. So overall, yeah, if you want a little bit of history, highly suggest you you pick this one up. It is a fast read. It's definitely a treasure, and it does speak a lot of the survival of you know, black woman, that, you know, when you have your kids and you have to go through so much and you survive, and you can live to tell the story later. So yeah, so thanks for watching, guys, and have a good day. Bye.